Alright.
Alright, you bastards. There's been a lot of questions on how to actually build something from the start for Fort Joy and Hollow Marshes. Obviously there is a mod that will give you a respec mirror in the first region, but if you're not playing with any mods and you want help on how to level up every preset in the game from early on, then this will help you a lot in understanding basics and what to focus on through Fort Joy and Hollow Marshes, up until you get to the respec option. I'll be doing this series of videos today when I'll be covering all possible presets, so that you can have an understanding of what you should be focusing on and what it does not work as a preset at all and you should change some stuff. Let's cover Battle Mage first. Immediately when you see Battle Mage, you're going to think probably this is cool, but it's a load of bollocks. This type of setup does not work. You're splitting your damage through intelligence and spells, that is magic damage, and through your physical attacks that this thing is wielding. What the fuck is this dual wield axes or whatever? This setup can work early game, maybe on classic mode. Otherwise it's useless. I will explain now why. You have strength, intelligence, constitution as your basic preset. This does not work. Strength based weapons do physical damage. Intelligence based weapons do magic damage, and intelligence affects the damage of the spells. So you should focus on one of these. If you want to be a proper battle mage, then completely remove strength. Constitution, if you want, you can leave and put the rest of the points into intelligence, or you can completely remove constitution and put all the points into intelligence. When you get to later stages, even in Fort Joy and Hollow Marshes, when you're around level 6, 7, 8, then you're going to have trouble because you're splitting your damage and you're not maximizing your potential with either of these branches, strength or intelligence. That is a bad thing. It can work in mixed damage setups, but it's never a thing I would do. I would never split damage on one character. When you get to later stages, I mean endgame setups, then you'll have strength about 30, intelligence about 30. And what about wits? You'll have absolutely shit critical chance. And you won't be maximizing your damage with intelligence or strength. So that's why I would put only points here into intelligence, and instead of two dual wield wands or axes or whatever, I would use staff. Staff is powerful in close combat, mainly because it synergizes with warfare, so that you can do elemental damage in AoE with whirlwind and also blitz attack. That is really a good thing. As a battle mage, I would focus on intelligence to get more damage with that staff and to get more damage with my spells. So as I said, preset, do something like this, either this or this. When you get to level 8 or 9 or 10, then you can start putting points into wits. Up until that point, use most of the points for intelligence. So intelligence is going to be around 16, 17, and your constitution can be either at 10 or it can be at 12, 13, depending on how many points you put into intelligence. Or you can completely ignore constitution and start putting points into wits early on. These are your choices. As I said, for the gear, use intelligence based gear because it's going to give you more bonus to intelligence attribute, and use staff. From the talents, there are a lot of good choices for early game. Comeback Kit is one of them. Elemental Affinity, definitely another one. Executioner, also fantastic talent for early game, because 2 more action points after dealing a killing blow is a huge thing. Glass Cannon is something that is risky, but it's useful early on. Why? Early on, your magical and physical armor is absolute shite. So no matter what you do, you're probably gonna get stunned or crowd controlled or whatever, especially in tactician difficulty. So Glass Cannon can be extremely good early on. You'll get maximum action points every turn, and you're going to get stunned or frozen or whatever either way, so why not maximize your damage output. Other stuff that's useful is Morning Person. When you get resurrected, you resurrect at full health. Opportunist. Opportunist with staff is a fantastic talent. And Stench is also good with this, because with Battle Mage, because Battle Mage is not a tank. Although you can make him a tank by dumping points into Constitution, it will not be effective later on. I would choose Wits over Constitution for Battle Mage because I want him to be DPS. One more thing that is good early on is all skilled up that you can get on level 2 and bigger and better. These things are really good because early on you're missing those attribute points, you're missing those combatability points, so this can help you out a lot. To recap, bigger and better, all skilled up, stench, opportunist, glass cannon, executioner, elemental affinity, all good choices. What would I choose for my first talent? I would choose executioner or opportunist. These would be my primary choices at the beginning. If you're all balls deep into this, you can go glass cannon too. These would be 3 of my primary choices at the beginning. Later on, when you get to the respec mirror, some options fall off, like all skilled up and bigger and better, and you can remove them when you get to the respec mirror because you already have enough attribute points and you already have enough ability points too. That's where combinations start to come in play. One thing that I completely forgot are the abilities. This is the starting setup: Heritage, Warfare, and that's it. If you choose skills from Heritage and Warfare, you'll have this as a choice. Useless, 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 Crippling Blow is alright. But it's resisted by physical damage, so it's not that great with this setup. I would completely ignore Warfare. Actually, you know what I would do? I would move points from Warfare and put 1 point into, for example, Two-Handed. Or you can put 1 more point into Heritage. Up to you. And just go all out on Heritage. Use these 3 spells: Electric Discharge, Soaking Touch, and Blinding Radiance. During Fort Joy and Hollow Marshes, you'll get to around level 7 or 8. Somewhere around there, I can't remember what's the maximum level that you can get there. Either way, what I would do here is this. First, focus on Heritage and Two-Handed. I'd put 2 points into Heritage and 2 points into Two-Handed. And then, if you want, or you can completely ignore that option, go for 2 points into Warfare. 2 points into Warfare will give you Whirlwind and Blitz Attack. Those 2 skills are the only skills from Warfare 3 that you need. At around level 8 or so, there are plenty of ways Battle Mage can have his combat abilities spread out. You can have 4 Heritage, 4 Two-Handed, perfectly fine. You can have 8 Heritage, but I would not suggest that. Two-Handed directly affects the damage with your staff and it raises your critical multiplier, although you won't be critting as much, but damage for attacking with the staff is extremely important because your spells will be on cooldown most of the time. During the early game, you'll only have a couple of spells to use until you put some points into memory and until you level up and until you'll be able to buy all the skill books that you need. They will be on rotation and on cooldown most of the time. In between, you're going to use your staff attacks. That's how you're going to maximize your damage. As I said, one option for Heritage for Two-Handed for first 8 levels, another option 3 Heritage, 3 Two-Handed, 2 Warfare, and get yourself Blitz and Whirlwind. Only do 2 Warfare when you can get your hands on skill books for Blitz and Whirlwind. Another way is to put, for example, 3 points Heritage, 4 points Two-Handed, 1 point Hydrosophist if you want the Rain spell. Rain synergizes fantastically with Heritage, and that's the only thing that you need from Hydrosophist. When you shock an enemy and you cast Rain on shocked enemy, that enemy will become stunned. If you electrify water on the floor, that enemy will become shocked and potentially stunned as well. So this is my general way on how I would build Battle Mage. I hope this helps you out. I'm going to cover every single preset probably today, so that you have a general picture on how to do this. Thank you all for watching. Special thanks to my patrons. Don't forget to check out the description, please. And see you all soon.
Toodaloo, motherfucker. Hey.